Hello and welcome to the
Hello.
Hypnosis channel. Hello Sebastian.
Hello.
Today we're going to do something special. This is my son Sebastian and he's experienced hypnosis before. But what he hasn't done is to have the experience of going in between lives. And we had a conversation last night about that. About this experience of going beyond this life into the place that's called the Bardo state, which is the place that we go to when we leave this life and before we go to another one, where we get a chance to see what's there, sometimes to meet our soul group, the beings that we share this existence with and that we share information with. So we'll just see what happens and we'll see what Sebastian experiences. You won't see the hypnotic induction just because I don't want people going into trance as they watch this, and then we'll cut straight to the point where we're starting to enter into the in-between lives. Okay? Feet flat on the floor, that's it, hands down. Now, you've been in hypnosis before, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was that experience like?
Well, at least for me, it's hard to explain. It's like being in between realities.
Yeah. And you go into hypnosis quite easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite quickly. So I won't do a long induction or anything like that. It'll be quite quick because young people go into hypnosis very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly, okay? And then we'll just have a nice experience. Is there anything in particular that you would like to ask or see whilst you're in between lives? Is there anything that you'd like me to guide you to?
Well, I'm not quite sure, really. I am interested in seeing the in-between lives thing.
Okay, and we'll see what happens. You just allow your mind to roam free, allow your unconscious mind to give you all the information that it's going to give you, and your higher self and all of those beings that are working for you, okay? You just let it happen, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start. I want you to imagine I've got a spot on the middle of my hand. I want you to keep your head still and follow that spot with your eyes. That's it. And as you stare at that spot, you're going to notice that your eyes are going to start to water a little bit.
Already is.
Already, and they're starting to get tired, okay? And that's absolutely normal and it makes you blink. I'm going to bring my hands down. As I do, you're going to close your eyes and just let go. That's it. 2, 1. Mind relaxed, body relaxed, ready to have a beautiful experience. And at the moment, your body, your other you, is seated here. But I'd like you to become aware of your light body, your energetic body. And I'd like you to imagine in your mind's eye now 2 beautiful angels coming down and placing themselves one at either side of you. And gently they take your arms. And as they touch you, you can feel the energy that they bring. And then gently, ever so gently, they're going to start taking you up. Taking your energetic body up. Way up through the ceiling, way up into the sky, through the clouds, higher and higher toward that place that all energetic bodies go to when they leave this physical body. And then I'm going to ask you to tell me what you're aware of, and remember, you can talk in hypnosis and it helps beautifully. So where are you? Give me a report. What's around you?
I see that I'm in a black bluish tunnel that is filled with colourful sparkles.
Okay. Beautiful.
That looks like stars.
Okay. And how does it feel here?
It feels warm.
Mm.
It feels calm. It feels like everything's perfect there.
Beautiful. And are you aware of other beings there? Are you alone, or are there others?
I see no other spiritual being but myself in there.
Okay. And I want you just to take time to look at your body and notice what's it like. What's your body like there?
I have it's like a body but with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
No ears, no belly button, no toes, no nothing. Just something that looks like a body.
Okay. And what colours does it have, this body that you find yourself in?
It has peach color, the color of skin.
Okay. And how does the body feel here?
The body feels full. I cannot exactly tell you what, but just feels full.
Okay. And if you knew it was full of what?
I cannot exactly explain what it's full of.
Okay. That's perfect. And so what I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to begin to explore this area and just find out, does the tunnel lead to somewhere? Is this all that there is? Take your time to explore, and as you find new things, let me know.
Well, as I walk through, the tunnel keeps getting tighter and tighter. But then I enter this space type thing where I just float around.
Okay. Describe that space type thing. What's it like?
Oh, it's a feeling that I've never, don't think I felt before. It's like no gravity, just pure emptiness, just myself, the sparkles that looks like stars, and myself.
Okay. Beautiful. And this is a nice place?
It's perfect.
What makes it perfect? Why is it perfect?
And there, it's all calm, and in a way, it's entertaining to be there.
Okay.
I'm watching all of the little dots of light around me.
Okay. Okay. Often in this place, but not always, there are other beings that are doing the same as you, which is coming to this place to begin to organize things, to look at the life from before and plan lives in the future. And I wonder if you looked around beyond those sparkles, are you able to find any other beings? If you are, let me know.
No, but when I look at my left, I see a big sphere of blue and green. This
Okay.
big circle sphere, I can't tell.
Okay, so why don't you go closer to that and see if that big sphere is able to communicate with you, and you can address it in any way that you want.
It only speaks through energy and waves of light.
Okay.
And even though I can't tell what it's saying, I know it's saying good news or good stuff.
Okay. And what kind of good stuff is it saying?
Well, it's giving out some type of vibration noise that when I hear it, it makes me happy, it makes me calm, it makes me forget about all of the problems.
Okay, that's beautiful. So just enjoy that. Enjoy that happiness, that calmness. And I wonder if that sphere might be able to communicate to you in a way that you would understand, so that you could ask it some questions. Perhaps you could ask it if it would be able to manage to help you understand.
Well, it responded with types of wave vibration noises again, and I can feel that it said everything's perfect. Even if stuff happens to you, it will all be fine.
That's a beautiful message. And could you ask it and see what response it gives you? What is its job here? What does it do?
To give us a happy home.
The happy hope. The happy hope of what?
Home.
A home. To give us a happy home. Okay. And does it work alone, or does it work with others?
Well, I could feel that it said it's the only one in this plane, but in other planes there's ones just like me.
Ah, okay. Okay. And what plane is this? What's the job of this plane?
The job of this plane is to keep us comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's a place to have hope in if we're ever having a bad time.
Okay. Okay. And is this a place that anybody can come to?
I feel that it said that any spiritual beings can choose which plane they want to be in.
Okay. Have you been here before, to this plane?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Many times.
Many times. And is this the place that you come to in between lives, when you leave one life and already you're thinking about beginning another?
Yes.
How do you choose the next life when you're here?
In this beautiful place with many other beings, there are many tunnels that lead to different planes, and we go through them to go to the other planes.
Okay. And are those other planes, the tunnels that lead you to other planes, do they lead you to other lives or just to other planes?
We decide.
Okay. And how do you make that decision? How do you know which tunnel to go through?
We just have a sensation of what would be best for us
Okay.
at the moment.
Yeah. Mm. Do you receive any help or any guidance? Or is it your decision only?
When we're in that beautiful place, it's like we already know all that we need, all that's best for us.
Okay. Okay. And so do you know how many times you've been here? How many times you've chosen to go to another plane?
We never know the exact amount. All that we know, it was more than once.
Okay. Yeah. So at the moment, being here in this beautiful place, is there any place other that you would like to go to, that you would like to investigate, a tunnel that you would like to go down?
There are many tunnels that me and many other beings have never tried to. And eventually the time will come for us to go through those tunnels.
So it has to be the right time to be able to go down, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And is that sphere still with you?
That sphere. No, the only time we see it is when we go through the tunnel and go out into the emptiness.
Okay. And is this some place that you spend a lot of time in, or is it just something you pass through?
Well, I like to spend lots of time in the beautiful place, and also like to spend lots of time in that plane that I went through with the sphere.
Okay. And so you've mentioned other beings and how other beings come and choose the new plane, the new tunnel.
Yeah.
Sometimes they talk about us having what's called a soul group, which is a group of beings that we journey with. We don't share lives with them, but we share experiences, etc. And I'm just wondering if any of those beings, any of your soul group might be there, that you might be able to talk to them.
Of course, I have tons of soul groups. Some are from people that I've seen on different planes, and some others with different planes, and etc.
Are there any there at the moment? Any that you could talk to?
Some of them. The rest went into the plane, in one of the planes.
Okay. So I wonder if you can, and only if you think it's appropriate, I wonder if you could get close to some of those beings so that we could have a conversation with them. And when you find one or a number, just let me know.
I found a group.
Okay. And what are they like?
Well, each one of them is a floating ball of light, and each one has its own color. And I noticed that when I'm in this beautiful place, my color is yellowish.
Yellowish. It's hard to describe, yeah?
There's tons of colors that I've never seen before.
Okay. Well, this is a special place, so It's not tied to the laws of the earth. So with these beings of all different colours, what have they got to say to you?
Well, when they speak, they send vibrations of how they are, or how you are.
Mm-hmm.
So basically expressing their emotions or what they want to say
Okay.
through vibrations.
And how are they?
They are very nice. They there's no other words to explain.
Mm-hmm. And how are you there?
I am happy in ways that I cannot describe.
Okay. Hmm. So perhaps you can see why it's so important that we go to these places once we've left our physical life. Because sometimes the physical life can be difficult, but when you come here, you realise that everything's okay.
It's because we cannot have too much good in this higher place. After we spend enough goodness, after we spend enough happiness, we go to a plane and experience other emotions as well.
Yeah. What would happen if you spent too much time in all of that happiness?
You can't. When you spend the right amount of time, you feel it and you automatically go to one of the planes, not against your will, just like you yourself goes to a plane when it's the right time.
Okay. And why do we go to these other planes to have these other experiences? What's the purpose of it?
After a while, we want to experience different things, because all we experience is happiness, glory, pleasure, anything that has to do with that. And after a certain time, we want to experience new things, different stuff to know, to remember what it feels like, or maybe to know what it feels like. So we choose one of the planes.
Okay. That makes sense, yeah. Okay. So now that we've spent time here, and now that you've had that experience and you're experiencing that feeling of that glory, that wonder, that beauty, take this opportunity to say farewell to your soul group. And let them know that you're leaving this place for the moment. Let me know when that's done.
I told them.
Okay. And so in a moment, but not yet, we're going to leave this place because that's what we ought to do, because you have a life going on in one of those planes in which you're experiencing what you've chosen to experience. And that's important too. But what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to seal a small spark of that beautifulness, that glory, that wonder. Seal a very small spark of it inside of your heart, and I want you to bring it back with you, so that at any time in the future, if things seem difficult or bad or hard, all that you'll need to do is just reach inside and get in touch with that spark of glory inside of you. And you'll know that everything's okay. And you'll know that you chose to experience what you're experiencing. And that will give you hope and comfort. And so now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to gently begin to return back down. The angels are waiting for you, and they're going to guide you all the way down in love, in peace. And as you come down, just notice that you've got that spark inside of you, that remembrance, that feeling that you'll carry from now right the way through this existence. And it'll be something that you'll refer to, you'll remember and feel, and it'll let you know that everything's okay, everything's fine, everything's as it should be. And just notice that the angels have brought you all the way down, back into your physical body, and you can say thanks to them and let them go. And now here you are, back in this room, on this chair, in this body. But just for a moment, I want you just to go inside into your heart and feel that. Feel that feeling, that glory, that wonder, that joy. And notice where it is in your heart, and notice how easy it is to get in touch with it when you need to. Of course, you won't do it all of the time, because that's not the point. You're here to experience, you're here to have the experiences that you chose. But every now and again, when you most need it, you just reach inside and get in touch with that feeling to let you know that all is okay. As the famous Sufis say, everything's a mess and everything's okay, because you've got that memory inside of you, you've got that feeling, and that's something you can use as a reference for the rest of your life, knowing that all is well. No matter how mad or crazy life gets, all is well. And remembering that you came here to experience those other things. All the good is up there. All the beauty is up there. But we come here also to have other experiences, because that's what makes us feel alive. That's what makes us into better beings. But at all times we remember the beauty that's inside of us, the beauty that's inside of your heart. And that helps. That makes you happy. That keeps you calm. And so, knowing all of that and feeling all of that, and having that special place in your heart kept safe forever, you can gently bring yourself back to the room. And as you come back, noticing your breathing changing, noticing the energy coming back, straightening up your neck, and bringing with you that beautiful feeling and that calmness as you come back. And just take all the time you need until you're fully present again in this life, in this body. Well done.
I'm still not fully
Back yet.
Yeah.
Take your time. Take your time. It takes a while for you to come back. It's okay. You've been on a big journey. That's it. Just breathe in that way.
all of a sudden I'm starting to feel everything like like the heat in my legs and my back and stuff. I'm just now starting to feel it again.
Yeah. Coming back into your body, yeah?
I think I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah, it just takes a little while, that's all. So what was that like?
It's, well, no, well, when I was in the beautiful place, I felt like I had a remnant of what it felt like there. Like while I was there, I had nothing to worry about here.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I could tell that the way you were talking about it.
Yeah.
How beautiful you felt, how wonderful you felt, how everything was perfect.
And when I went through the tunnel and looked at the blue and green ball through the tunnel, it felt like a type of nostalgic, like not exactly nostalgic, but like a nostalgic, but you feel it all the time, if I'm explaining myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some, like a familiarity.
Yeah, like an extreme nostalgia, like being hit by a train type.
Okay. Mm. It was a nice place, yeah?
Yeah.
And you used the word nice, and you said it's nice, and I've got no other word to explain it.
Yeah, there are no English words that can explain how it was.
Mm. And you were saying that you were seeing colours that you'd never seen before.
Yeah. Oh, those little dots that I saw in the tunnel and in this space, some were colours that I see here, but most of them were new colours. I cannot imagine the new colours, but in a way I could see it.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Mm. Was that what you expected?
Absolutely not. What I'm guessing is that those dots were other beings, because in my group, my group was just like huge balls, huge spheres of light and energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So all of those dots were other beings, other groups, yeah?
Yeah, I suppose.
Mm. Sure. What often happens is as time goes on and you think about the experience, you start putting the pieces together like a puzzle, and you think, okay, that's what that was. Mm.
Yeah.
And so the big being, the sphere, that was green and blue, did you say?
Yeah. In fact, it looked kind of like Earth.
Oh, okay.
Like in the photos, like green and blue.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And that communicated with energy.
Yeah. And it also told me in vibrations that it was like a place they give you a home.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like a sign that was Earth.
Okay. So that was your home. That was the one you'd chosen.
So that's probably why I felt nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So was that a nice experience?
Yeah. As I said, there's no words to explain how it was.
Sure. Otherworldly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Lovely. Okay. Well, that's beautiful. So just take a moment to be thinking about that, and I'll just finish. I'll talk to everybody. So, when you work in hypnosis with younger people, Sebastian's 12, coming up for 13, they go into hypnosis very, very quickly. I don't know if you noticed, but as soon as we did the eye close with the hand, as soon as we did the eye close, he started with rapid eye movement. And I see that all of the time with young people. The closer you really, hypnosis and the hypnotic induction is surplus with young people. You just need to say, close your eyes and I want you to start to imagine. But I went through the process because I wanted to deepen it as well. And he did deepen it, and if you noticed that as he was getting further into it, his head started to fall over to one side, which is a very normal sign of deepening hypnosis when the head starts to find a different position. You probably noticed as well that there was a lot of, his head was kind of shaking, and he probably on the inside, I don't know, he didn't probably notice it. These are involuntary movements. Were you aware of your head shaking?
Well, I was, but I could not control. It's like it happened against my will,
Yeah.
for example.
So uncontrollable movements, and you get that a lot. You may have noticed him swallowing, which is also a sign of hypnosis, because everything relaxes and you start getting a lot of mucus that comes down into the throat, and so you swallow a lot. So yeah, Sebastian is what you would call a perfect hypnotic subject. Goes into hypnosis beautifully, and he did all of the work. Remember, as a hypnotherapist, we are just guides. All of the work was done on the inside, and all I needed to do was guide him. And yes, sometimes I was leading, but most times I was just trying to pace his experience, and that's what we have to do. Sometimes we have to lead, and that's okay as well for these kind of experiences. All right, well, thank you very much, Sebastian,
You're welcome.
for doing that, and thank you for sharing this time with us. We'll see you later.
Bye.